Like slow jams.
This is. Hey, welcome to Chick Chat. Chick Chat.
KC.
All right.
I'm actually in KC again.
We're grooving in here right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Slow jam.
It's gonna be a groovy topic tonight. Welcome to Chick Chat KC.
She's lying.
Put your name in the comments and where you joined us from.
Stop.
Kansas City.
It's not that kind of show.
No, that's my radio voice. That's my radio voice. Okay.
All right.
Just saying. Hello. Welcome.
What's up?
Okay. Oh, I should probably take off the music. I mean,
right,
y'all just gotta get in the groove, man. And you know, this one's actually called Feeding the Ducks.
What? Okay.
I don't know. Wow, we have an interesting topic this evening, or topics this evening.
Yep.
Yes. We're okay. So the first thing is Propa something, and we're just going to call it props because otherwise the little bots will get us. And so you'll have to have a glossary of terms.
Urban Dictionary
to follow us this evening. If you're joined us, say hello. Somebody's out there. Say hello, whomever you are. Thank you for joining us. I know it's kind of quiet tonight. I feel like it's a calm, quiet kind of night. But we're gearing up for some stuff in this crazy country right now, and that's why I want to talk about the props thing about what we've been seeing. I decided to watch TV this week, which, you know, I should probably never do.
Nope.
I was watching all of the major stations and all of the different shows and all of the different media outlets. And so that's why I wanted to talk about the props thing because, wow. I mean, I was disconnected for quite a while, but I tell you, the waters are thick. very shark filled. Very shark filled. All the campaigning that's going on right now. Just people, you know, it didn't matter which side you're on because I don't want to talk about that because that's not what's relevant to what I want to talk about because it's kind of like, I mean, they're both from the same nature, and I just can't stand it when people bash each other. I mean, honestly, it makes me not want to go out and cast a ballot for anybody because I don't like that. What do you think about that in the campaigning section?
I mean, I'm just tired of my mailbox being full every day with their stupid, and then I get text messages, and yeah, it's the same thing. It's like we were in Houston, and just in the 4 days we were there, we can tell you who's running and what they're for and what their other person's against, and just their ads were just constant.
Right. And it's overwhelming because,
it is.
You know, no matter what side you're on, and like I said, I don't want to be divisive. That's not the point of talking about this. However, if you were to sit back and just watch television all day, you would be influenced, right? Wouldn't you be influenced by some kind of props and persuaded to like one person over another? But really it comes back to what your core values are. And to me, I like to see a person running on those things, you know, right. If they're bashing other people, nah, I'm just not for that, you know, and I'm kind of, you know, and I feel like either side you go on, there's a narrative that has been pushed out there for us to be persuaded with. And so that's where the props come in because, you know, we see the numbers. I mean, I don't know if you've been to the grocery store lately.
Not really.
But Yeah. I paid $5 for crackers the other night.
Crackers. Hey,
Crackers.
you're paying gluten-free prices.
Crackers. $5, right?
Yeah.
Went to my favorite winery. They've increased my bottles by $5. By $5. So now my favorite type of wine is now even higher, you know? I mean, so if you've joined us, say hello. What do you guys think? So I'm going to put an article that I read today in the chat. You know, hopefully that won't get us, but anyway, what I liked about it is it brought what I'd like to you know bring up about what is it that is pushing all of this. You know, right now it's the political scene, right? You know, but on top of it is the economic scene too. Like now, right now, we're bombarded with both, and I think it's because we just came out of the cocoa melon season.
Hashtag
Cocoa melon. We'll call it cocoa melon. So I know that during that time, I there was so much divisiveness in that I mean it affected me personally in a big way, in a big way. You know, it affected my friendships, it affected my family relationships, it affected everything. And I was shocked. I was like, how did this happen? Like, I mean, I was just shocked. And it was probably because I was a little unplugged from the media at the time. And you know, we all were just trying to figure our way through all of that time from 2020 to now. You know, it's like post that to, you know, pre that, you know, what, you know, how we live differently. And I mean, it affected all relationships. I mean, what do you think, Heather?
Well, I mean, as you and I were here going through COVID together, so we were kind of the same way in the beginning. I think it was constant TV, constant news, constant information, and you and I both were like, I am sitting here frying my brain, and I turned it off, and I still haven't turned it back on. I've turned the television on. I've watched the news for the election results and the Chauvin results, and I think that's it. I don't think I've watched anything. We had it on last night for, I don't know, 10 minutes. And I'm like, this is why I don't watch it. It's just, it makes me angry and it makes me fearful and it makes all this stuff. And
Well,
I just,
that's, you said it. You said it. Fear. Okay. So that's the first way that people that want to control the masses, they use what? They use fear. So in the beginning, when you know, it's funny, I was watching an Awakenings show that I had at the time, and I was talking about how, you know, we were bleaching our groceries. Like we were bleaching our groceries at the time, you know? I mean, and it was all fear-based. It's because, you know, the fear of the unknown is how we're able to be controlled, right? Like that is where it comes into play. And the only way that you can get through that is to have that solid inner core, you know, peace. And that's why I called this peace, because peace and props, because you know, you can let all of that affect you. You can let it. Like it is your choice. And I think that people don't understand that it's their choice.
absolutely.
You know,
You
every
can turn off
decision we
TV.
make. You know, turn off the TV, you know, whatever you need to do to get through whatever situation, to bring peace into it. And I find right now there's so much uncertainty and there's so many different narratives, so many different issues right now. I mean, we can just be pulled into that tornado, and you know, what are you going to do? I mean, how do you, you know, I know people are watching. So if you're here, say hello and where you've joined us from.
We can see
So
on here.
yeah,
So say something.
There's some people. Please say something.
Look, somebody said,
I really just want to, you know, I just want to touch on the media, and I put an article out there for you guys to read that I thought was really interesting, on how we can be tricked and how propaganda works, and how, the best course I ever took in high school was called Persuasion and Propaganda. I mean, I can't believe, oops, props. I can't believe that I actually in high school, was my eyes were open to it. So I was really happy about that because that really kind of helped me to gauge media at the time. I understood that media has a big role, and including like what we're doing right now. I mean, we're projecting something out there. We're projecting a message, in a way, right? We're chatting, and
Yeah, we're chatting,
we're
but
giving our opinions.
we're not really giving direct opinions or trying to persuade anyone of anything.
Right. But I mean, we bring our opinions and our, we do bring those in there. So, I mean, everybody's got an opinion.
Right?
Everybody has an opinion. And we're all allowed to our opinion. And that's where I start to get heated, is when I feel like my rights of that are going to be taken. We have been very blessed to be in this country to where we could do free speech for a while. I feel like that is dwindling, and I'm very scared about that. Honestly, I feel like more and more some of those things are being backed away from, and if you have a certain opinion, you get attacked, from other people. Now that these media platforms are out here, you post one thing that somebody doesn't disagree with. It's so crazy how people think that it's okay to attack you instead of actually have a conversation about something. They just, we're all allowed to have our own opinion.
We
and
are, but
and
we are also allowed to decide not to post anything. I mean,
right,
I keep my stuff all positive. I don't open those doors because it's I don't want to waste my energy arguing with somebody
that's right.
because you're not going to change their opinion, you're not going to change their mind.
No. And that, I think that's where people get it wrong, is they think that, I mean, I watch a lot of live streams of other people, positive people, and I just can't even believe the negative comments that they get as they're saying something positive. It makes me crazy. I'm like, what? If you mention blue and the person hates the color blue, next thing, red is better, I mean, whatever. It's just crazy how we've gotten so polarized. And I just want to bring that to, before this election time, no matter who you're voting for or what, really, I want people to use their reasoning skills and to actually find out what that person is going to vote for you on, and whatever your core values are and whatever platforms you're, tied to. Make sure that that person really is in line with what you're going to be, what you can tolerate in life. I mean, that's really that's what we're voting for. We're
Right, but the
voting
problem
for
is that
things
people
we
don't
line
want
up
to.
with. Huh?
They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the research to figure out what people stand for. They want to hit the highlights and then go, "Oh, I think that's what I'm going to do." Or
Right.
they want to strictly vote their party, which may or may not align with what their actual beliefs are.
Right. I mean, there's an election going on here, and I would think that I would vote one way, but after watching the two, I'm like, I might, straddle over to the other one. So it does, you can't be stuck in that pigeonhole. You got to figure out, is that person gonna, do what you need and your heart, you know, to be something that they're going to fight for, in our country. And so
Someone
it's
just
just
posted
so
a
important.
comment, but I don't know what it said.
Huh?
Can you see the comment that was just posted?
No, I don't. Maybe I'm having problems with comments today.
I missed the first part. It's Robert somebody.
Okay.
It's on your page.
It's on my page.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it, which is weird. So I'm not really sure why I can't see it. Huh. Weird.
Anyway,
Okay. I'm bringing this to say, hey, I don't want to talk about either side.
Right.
And that's not really why I wanted to bring this up. I just am trying to bring this up as be aware. Be aware if you're being persuaded or the props, are at you. Make sure that those are factual things that are happening. Do your own research. Don't just don't just trust a media outlet to tell you what your opinion should be.
Right.
You should know what your opinion is. And so, I've it just I mean, I know people that just fall into line with whatever is being said instead of actually doing the research and actually finding out what is actually going on. And I feel like, God makes us he wants us to be wise. I feel like, he gives us a lot of experiences and a lot of things to, he has a lot of wisdom in the Bible. Like he
Right.
has given us a guidebook. Like we can't say that we don't know what to do or where to go and toss to and fro because there's a book that's out there. And I'm not trying to push my religion on you or my faith on you. However, you know, for me myself, that is what my guiding light is. Like that is what helps me to get through these things that I'm unsure about. And what's interesting is like every single thing that we're going through is written in the Bible that has already happened. It's historical that these things have already happened before. So you can't even say this is new. Hey, there's new technology, but it's not a new issue. It's not a new problem. In history, if you just open your history books, you will see we've been through plagues, we've been through the depression, the economy crashing. I mean, this is not new. This is not new. So, just do your research and the scriptures that I cling on to is Romans 8:29-39. And uh, let's see, I have a different version up here, English Standard Version. So, um, I guess easy to read version will be better. Well, I'm not going to read it for you, but Romans 8:29, because it's giving me a different version than I'm used to. Though thou the, but you know, we are more than conquerors, is what it's saying. That you know nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus. And so, you know, also in on 8:34, who is to condemn? Christ Jesus is the one who died, more than that, who was raised, who is at the right hand of God, who indeed is interceding for us. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation or distress, persecution, famine, or nakedness, or danger, or sword? As it's written, for your sake we are being killed all day long. We are regarded as sheep to be slaughtered. Well, that's a nice one, right? But what he's saying is, if we have Christ, if we're in Christ Jesus, you know, anything that comes at us, we can withstand.
Right.
Is
But there again, you're lumping all of that's assuming everyone believes like you and I do, and that a lot of people don't, which is part of the problem.
Well, right. And that's why I'm saying even if you don't follow me, my other thing is bringing peace to all of it. That's where I find my peace. My peace in my heart is through Christ Jesus. And it's because, you know, he is who gives me that peace. I pray, the Holy Spirit comes and I feel peaceful over things. Not everything works out for me. Not everything goes perfectly, but at least I know that through my faith, I can still be strong in his strength, not my own. And again, that's where we shift strengths. Who are we being strong with? I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, okay. So, like I said, for me, it's very simple in the sense that like it's all a choice. You got to go back to that. It's all a choice. You can sit around, you can watch the TV, you can read the news, you can fill your brain full of all the stuff that's being, fed to you, or you can choose to check out and not pay attention. I
Yeah.
just don't. I choose peace. I go get on the back of a bike and go ride. I go hang out with people that I love. I do something besides sit around and listen to the BS that's been, shoved down my throat.
Yeah.
And that's where it all starts. It's all a choice. If we all make a choice to stop listening, they'll stop. I'm trying to be
Yeah.
careful what I say, but they'll stop feeding it.
Well, but this has always been the problem. That's the thing, is there's always been props, there's always
Right.
been
But
misinformation, disinformation. There's always been all of that. All from a turn, from the beginning, you know, and that is what we have to come to grips with, is it's like, yes, this is a new problem for us right now, but it's something that we can withstand and endure as we go forward, as long as we have a peace in here. It doesn't help for us to be anxious. It's born out of fear and the unknown. People follow people because they have a plan, or because they are saying that they have a plan and they're in control, right? So they just follow them. That doesn't mean it's right, doesn't
right.
mean it's the right thing to do, but that's how it happens. We just, a lot of people wonder how the World War happened, World War II. How did that happen? Well, it was because people had just come out of an economic depression, and they were looking for something, or it seemed like a plan for them to follow. It wasn't right, and I mean, that's how it happens. Is that we let things around us that seem like they're, like inflation's going up, the economy's going down, we start to get disheartened and frustrated and anxious, so we're looking for someone to follow, someone that's going to save us. And guess what? Well, for me, I have one savior, you know. But if you don't, if you don't know, if you're not a Jesus follower and you don't have that, what is it you're following? Just question yourself on that. That's all. I'm just bringing this up because where do you find your peace? Like during the cocoa melon stage, during the cocoa melon stage, I was very calm. I was probably the calmest person around everyone, because I was just like, okay, all right, bring it on. I was like, if I do, if I don't, and then we were polarized on how we felt about that. I was villainized for my opinions. I was villainized for just, going out in public. And that was ridiculous. Like, that was the first taste I ever got about, like, it talks about in Revelation about how people will turn against one another. That was a test. Like, to me, I was like, whoa, that was a huge test. And no doubt I know who's going to turn on me. so, so you know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't believe it. Like, I was in shock. But I tell you, it made me wiser. It made me now go, okay, let's find out what's really going on. Let's dig into the real things. Like, I went down rabbit holes and,
Yes, you
crazy,
did.
I was an
You did.
alien for a little while,
You,
but besides that,
I remember that.
you know, but you have to know. And I'm sorry if I'm not seeing if you're commenting, I'm not seeing any of them. So I'm not really sure why I'm not seeing your comments if you are. So I apologize if I'm not addressing you. But I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And you're probably commenting, and I just am not seeing it. So, you know, we just have to be grounded. We just have to have a foundation. You know, what is your foundation? And do you care? Like, do you care what happens in your city, in your county? Do you care what happens to your neighbor? You know, do you care about those things?
Well, and people have said that about me. Do you not care what's going on? No, to a certain degree, I don't, because I'm at peace where I'm at. I know enough, but I don't need to know everything. I don't, and me not
Right.
plugging in doesn't mean I don't care. It just means I'm choosing to be peaceful. I have peace in my life over caring about all the stuff.
Right. Right. Well,
No.
and that's what works for you, right? And so you found your sweet spot. You know, you found what makes you peaceful and how you can keep that peace throughout,
Yep.
you know. But what about those people? I know many people that are just fearful about day to day, you know. They're out there saying, you know, what's going to happen, you know, what, you know, the only thing I can control is me. The only thing I can control is this right here,
Yeah.
this vessel, and that is it. You know, and so I have to make sure that this vessel is you know un, wise is to making good choices and decisions, and I haven't always made those good choices and decisions. You know, um, but doing the introspection and doing the work on understanding who you are, where you are, you know, and what matters to you. You know,
Yeah.
what are your values? What do you care about? You know, what is it you want? What's your purpose? Where are you going, you know, in all of this? You know, what do you want to happen? I mean, you can, you know, I know some people have stepped up and, you know, are running for election, you know, they're running in the elections, you know, to make a change the way that they want it. You know, what are you doing for yourself though? You know, how are you going about your day to help to give you peace, you know, and through all of this, you know, like you said, you just turned off the TV. That gave you peace instantly.
Yep. It did, because I
Hug,
don't even.
hug.
I'm oblivious most days. I live in my little bubble. There's like 5 people in it with me and 2 retarded dogs, and I'm okay there. I really am. And like I said, people every day are like, Tyson. People every day are like, don't you feel like you need to know what's happening in the world? I mean, somebody's gonna let me know if I should be worried. One of my friends that know I don't check in will call me and say, "Hey, you might want to get your
Don't worry.
gun
I'll
loaded
I'll
and
I'll
ready to
text
go."
you as the
Right?
meteor is falling. I'll be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, look up."
But I refuse to be that the sky is falling chicken running around. I just
You
won't.
know that movie? Did you see that movie? Look
What
Up.
movie? So,
Did you ever see the movie Look Up?
I
Had
don't think.
Meryl Streep in it. It was kind of creepy, honestly, but um, no, it came out during the pandemic, and it's pretty much talking about that. Like people were like blah 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 blah, while a meteor was getting ready to hit the the world, and they were saying that they were changing the narrative, saying that it wasn't going to actually hit, like the government was telling you that it wasn't going to hit, and all the other people were going, well, look up, you know, because you could see it, you know, coming. And really
Right.
that's what it was about. It was about, are you aware, you know, are you just listening to the people, you know, that be to get your information? Because if you're just going to trust them 100%, you know, you're going to be in a world of trouble.
Yep.
So, you know, you need to make sure you have enough information, you know, right? So I don't know. And nobody's
Well,
saying anything because I maybe I can't see it.
I'm not really seeing anything either. I get it just pops up really quick. That same person, Robert, somebody, and it's gone. So I don't know what's going on with the comments tonight. But
Yeah, sorry
um,
about that. If you're
I think
commenting.
that it goes back to the whole thing. As for me and my house, that's all I'm gonna worry about.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It's that's my responsibility. That's my like I just
Well, as this stuff is going on, like the last couple weekends, I've traveled up to Richmond, I've traveled up to Northern Virginia, looking at the leaves. The leaves are changing, that's about as much media as I was watching, like, there's a red tree.
okay, apparently for some reason their comments are showing flags when they try to post them.
Oh,
Don't
uh-oh.
know if that's based off of our title
Must be the
or
props.
could be.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what. Um, see?
They may show
See?
up, yeah, they may show up afterwards, but
See? Well, if you're commenting, we're sorry, and it's probably the title. Just saying. And I was worried about that.
yeah. Well, that's fine. We'll
I was worried about that. But hey, that tells you something. If there are other parties that are in control of you just even making a comment, that's scary stuff right there. Scary
yeah.
stuff. Like, I mean,
Well, so let's talk about the peace part because we can sit here and talk about this
no,
part
I want you to
all
talk about
night
the piece.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's factual and it's happening and we're all aware we should all be aware of what's happening, but we can't change that part. So what we can change is how we react to it. So you were talking about you drove up to Richmond. We went to Weston on the bike. It was beautiful. That's the stuff that you have to do instead because
Yeah. Well, I mean, just think. I mean, we were locked down a couple of years ago and you couldn't do that.
well, no,
Like,
we were doing Zoom things just so we could see each other.
that's right. That's right. That's right. We were doing Zoom shots and all kinds of stuff. So,
I didn't go that far to say all that.
oh, well, anyway,
We were doing Zoom calls.
Zoom calls. Anyway, right, right. And then, like me, I found this cute little park way out in Western Kansas. Well, not way out, but remember I was going out there and got my little yurt and, I mean, you have to
That's
you
south, by
have
the
to
way.
make your own sanctuary. You have to make your own peace. I mean, it's up to you. Nobody's going to do it for you. What makes you happy? And that's the thing is I was so busy for so long in my life just worrying about making it to the next rung of the career ladder, doing all of these things that, boy, do I wish I could go back and change some of that time, and really, enjoy the people and the adventures that were around me. I was too busy worrying about other things. And, that's where, now I'm just like, yes, look at that pretty flower, it's blooming, like stop and smell the roses moments all the time now. Because
Yep.
I mean, our time is short, and regardless of what's going on around the world, our time is short,
It
you
is.
know,
And I think
we
it's interesting how many people our age, we had this conversation this weekend. Like we've spent our entire life working, 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 working. And it's like, okay, now finally we can go experience life. And then you realize you don't have a lot of time left.
yeah. Yeah. And it's sad. It's absolutely sad. Let's see. I'm gonna try to
Take those
delete
options
this
before
comment. I'm gonna delete the comment. Maybe it will let you guys comment. I'm gonna delete all of this. That's just really bizarre that it
yeah.
did that.
She said it's she was listening, but her comments show a flag. So I don't know.
Huh.
And she's commented before, so it's not that she's new.
Learn more. Facebook.
So
Okay. Yeah, it's saying, I mean, yeah, it's having issues. So, oh well. I mean, that's that. There you go. I mean, sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen. I have peace about it. So hey, say hi, and then the comments and give us your opinions there, and I'll answer them later. But you have to create your own peace, your own sanctuary, your you know, what makes you tick? You know, what do you like? You know, and I'm not talking about unhealthy things. I'm talking about healthy things, you know. Um, numbing yourself out, you know, with with alcohol or drugs and that. I mean, that's not what I'm talking about in any
Right.
way, because unfortunately, I mean, that's going to cause you more problems, you know. So I'm talking about that inner peace that you can feel, that you can get, from knowing yourself, doing something, positive for yourself, even if that means taking a bath and unplugging. Like, don't take your phone in the bathroom with you, don't take your
Well, how
phone
do
in
I
there.
listen to music?
Huh?
How do I listen to music?
Okay. I have the remedy to that. I have a speaker, and I bring the speaker into the tub area and then leave the phone out there. I don't I don't touch it. I have a tub playlist.
There you go.
Tub
That's what that.
playlist. You put the speaker in there so you don't look at it. So you're not looking at your phone,
I just turn
you know?
off notifications.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just really important for us to do those things. I have the 9 to 5 job, right? And so after this, after work, I have to do, things to like calm down, whatever that be. And I'm not really a big TV watcher, but lately I have been watching TV, and that's been the problem. It's probably the reason for this topic, you
Yeah, turn it
know.
off.
Turn it off. Yeah, but we're getting ready to go into this season where, we kind of need to know what's going on, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just read the flyers in the mailbox.
Huh?
Just read the flyers in the mailbox. You get 4 or 5 a
They
day.
have not found me yet. So
Ugh.
they don't know where I live yet. So that's the good thing. They don't
Well, and I
know.
think to go back to the topic of peace, so we talked about last week the leap of faith topic and all that. And here's the thing: people, I have talked to a couple people today who are struggling because, and I kind of have been a little worrying about what other people think.
Oh, okay.
So stop worrying about what other people think because that totally ruins your peace.
Yep.
If you're happy, if you're making choices other people don't understand, wish them well and keep going.
Well, it's not their business. I
Right?
mean, that's the other thing is if you've put the right boundaries up, it's not their business, your only inner group, that you've allowed in and access to you, maybe you'll listen to their opinion, maybe you won't. It doesn't matter because it's not their life, it's your life,
Yep.
and you know whether we're making mistakes or not. I've always said to my girlfriends, hey, tell me if you think I'm going to make a big mistake. Well, I remember a girlfriend sitting me down saying, you're making a big mistake. And did I listen to her? Nope. No, I did not. She had really good advice.
I bet she
She
did.
had awesome advice for me, and I did not listen, you know? And it was because I thought I knew better about my own life, you
Yeah.
know? Now, maybe she could say, I could say she was right. Yes, but I had to try, right?
Right.
I had to try and I had to learn. And now I feel like I have learned a lot, since that time. And I'm who I am right now because of it. So, good or bad, it turned out positive because I made it positive. You
Yeah.
know, it- things are only bad for you if that's the mindset you have, that it's bad. Oh, I didn't get, this client, or didn't, you know I wasn't successful at this or that. It's your mindset about it. Are you not successful because you haven't gotten it, or you just haven't gotten it yet and you just need to keep trying? I mean, you know it's in your own head if it's a success or a failure. It's in your own
Well, and I
head.
think that's the one positive of COVID is the, completely shutting my my business and my financial life down is it made me really focus in on what was important.
Yeah. We get wrapped up. We get wrapped up in fact, I was talking to somebody today, that's talking about, their career is their identity.
Mm-mm.
And that's a really scary place to be when you make your career your identity, when things don't go well, or it's the end of those things, you have a grief, you have a loss, you have a mourning over it, um, which is normal if that is, but the thing is what are you going to do now? Like if you, okay, it was my identity, but now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to, you know, how are you going to label yourself now? What are you going to do now? I mean,
Well,
it could be something better,
how many
you
of
don't
us
know.
were labeled as a mom, and then your kids grow up, and you go, "Oh crap! Now what do I?" You don't
Yeah, you're
even
still a
know.
mom.
Right. When,
You're
yeah.
still a mom. You're still a
Right.
mom.
If that's all you know, if that's all you've done, then it's like you gotta find yourself again.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you just went through this. Absolutely. The empty nester, people do a lot of drastic things at empty nester times. Gosh, how many times have we heard this story where the people dropped a kid off at college and in the car on the way home, the other spouse says, "Okay, I'm done." And you're like, "What? Say what?" "Oh, I was just holding on for the kids." Right? Like so, I mean, I've heard that story so many times that it's scary. It's
Yeah.
scary that
I,
that
I was until the kid came and said, "You need to be done."
yeah. Well, and that's another thing, I mean, if you're staying, I mean, I've done it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've stayed around for a kid, I've stayed around, I understand it. I understand the thing. However, I really wished I would have known myself better before that time. I would have really introspected to see and like myself. Actually, that was really the big issue, is that not only did I not know who I was, but I also didn't like who that person was.
Right.
I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I didn't, what am I going to do? I'm not a wife. I'm not a mother. I'm not a, now what? I mean, I lost a lot of labels and within 2 months, and that was scary. That was a scary time, but it taught me something. It taught me that that's not who I am. I am who, what my values are. I am, you know, what my core inner being is, like, who I am isn't any of those things, is not any of those labels. It's so different. I mean, who I am as a person, how do I love, how do I care, how do those things. It isn't really about what you have or what career you have or anything. I mean, anybody will tell you, and when they talk to people at the ends of their life, that's when the people say, "I wish I would have spent more time with. I wish I would have spent more time doing, you know, traveling, or with family, that kind of thing." I mean, those are the things, and I don't know if it's part of our age group that we just kind of all of a sudden ding dong, knock
No.
knock.
Right.
I hope it is, but I also still have people in our age group that I'm talking about that are still anxiety ridden over, all of these things coming at them, and it's like, stop letting your life come at you.
Yeah.
You create your life. You are the one who is the architect of your life. Like,
You're
you are the one that is making decision by decision, is building the walls of that life. You know, I mean, I believe that God helps guide us, but we have to do it.
right.
We're the ones that have to walk it and talk it. I mean, nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody is going to do it for you. Mel Robbins, I like that one thing where she says, "Nobody's coming to save you.
Right. You have to save yourself.
Nobody
Be
is
your own
coming to
hero.
save you." and nobody is going to save us in this current, situation that we have created in our heads, right? Like, I don't know. Have you walked around Washington, D.C. lately?
No.
Right. I mean,
It's
we're
not on
just
my
going
list of
on,
things to do.
huh?
It's not on my list of things to do.
I like DC actually. DC is
Yes,
pretty cool.
I would go there,
DC,
but not right now.
all the Smithsonians are amazing. They're free too, by the way. You can
Yeah.
go to all the Smithsonians. They have amazing things. And see, I'm a history buff, so I like reading about the presidents and about the first wives and first ladies and all that. And
Yeah.
they have all of the first ladies' ball gowns, and it's really cool. So,
I thought our ball gowns should go somewhere from New Year's 2019.
ooh, 2019 New Year's. I know. I wish I could fit in that dress right now.
Me too.
Anyway, so
Anyway, I digress.
we digress.
Yep.
See the little things that make you happy. Red sequins. Red sequins makes me happy.
Silver metallic and a J-Lo ponytail
Yeah, she was J Lo
without the booty.
without the booty. That's all right. That's all right. Nobody knew.
No, it all boils down to what you choose to put in. It's how it affects you. Like I can say that after COVID shutting my business down and financially, I'm probably worse off than I've ever been in my life, and I am happier than I've ever been in my life.
There's a freedom to that, right? There comes a freedom. It's weird. It's weird how that happens. The more obligation you have, the more stress you have, the more you're tied to it.
Yep.
But that's really your choice. I mean, again, it's
Mhm.
you choosing.
Yeah.
Me, yes. I mean, I have to make some decisions myself, do the 9 to 5 or jump out in my own boat, what to do. But, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not sitting over here like stressed out every night, worried, you know.
Mhm.
I'm just going to take it day to day, You only have today anyway.
Right.
Why worry about tomorrow? Tomorrow might not come. You don't know.
Right.
That's the thing. And definitely don't worry about yesterday. However, yesterday can affect you today if you don't deal with your stuff. So I definitely always advise deal with your stuff. Just deal with it because
Yep.
it will creep back in, if you don't. You can have a positive outlook and you can have a great mindset. But if you don't deal with those things that you've suppressed, oppressed, it's going to come back at you at some point.
Well, and even when you deal with it, it still can come back.
Yeah. I say put peace to it. Forgive who you got to forgive, even if it's yourself. Forgiveness is huge in all of that. And that's where I get my peace too, is I kind of do a daily routine of that. Like, okay, if I've done anything yesterday, please forgive me. Please give me, the guidance and the wisdom to go today and, put peace to yesterday, and try to, what is it that I'm going to accomplish today? What is it I can do today? And what is needed today for, to serve others? Those things keep me peaceful, not worrying, just not worrying about tomorrow. I mean, and I don't mean recklessly, because of course, pay your bills on time, do all those things, do the things you got to do, those are necessities, but I mean, I spent the weekend like with my kids and my granddaughter, and that was awesome, but I like my alone time too. I like going off on adventures, just the same. Find what you like, find out who you are. I thought I liked kayaking and I had the inflatable one like you. And I did like it kayaking, but it got tiring, blowing the stupid thing up and putting it in the thing. And then it was too windy or it was raining or, all those things, and I was like, well, I like kayaking, but I don't think I'm a kayaker.
I
Like,
haven't
I
used
don't think that's part of my identity.
I
I
haven't
like
used
doing
mine
it.
since you were here.
Huh?
I haven't used mine since you were here.
Oh no.
I
See?
don't,
So,
I don't think I'm a kayaker either.
right. And guess what? It's okay. It's okay that you're not. You're finding out you like to be on the back of a motorcycle,
Dude,
apparently. So there you are. Maybe you're a biker chick.
I
You
can
don't
do
know.
that. I can do that. I grew up on the back of a bike, but yeah, it's definitely it's
I
my happy
mean,
place.
that's the thing is when you're, I do subscribe to the work hard, play hard. You know, if you work hard, make sure you do the same balance as playing hard because you got to have the balance. You got to
That's,
have the balance. You do.
that's what we're doing. We're working hard and playing hard.
That's right. That's right. So find what makes you tick and bring peace into your life. Just it's up to you. And I just feel like other people, I mean, they complain and they're so upset and they just get so down about things. And I know there's truth to depression, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the people that, if you talk to them, all they do is I don't know if you have any of those friends where you call them on the phone and they're like, na 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 na, and you're just like, okay, well, alrighty.
Yep,
I
I have
mean,
a few.
yeah, and that's hard, you know. I mean, on the one hand, I want to help encourage them, but it's not my job.
Right.
It's not
And
my
that's,
job.
you and I talked about this before, maybe an empath. Like that's kind of what happened today. I had multiple people call and just dump on me and ask for advice. And then it's like, I was in a great mood this morning and now I'm in a bad mood because I've listened to everybody else dump their crap on me. So then it's like, okay, let me get myself back to where I need to, be in the
Right.
right mindset. But you want to listen to people, but on the other hand,
Well, right.
I just absorb it too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite that much of an empath like that. I mean, I can shut it off somehow. I can filter it out, because I remind myself of the boundaries where I end, they begin. We're not one, like we have boundaries here, like that's. I mean, I don't mind giving people advice, but I could find myself codependent immediately if I do that. If I take on somebody else's issues and problems, I mean, I learned that pretty young, and it's something I've unlearned. I finally have unlearned that behavior. It's taken me a minute though.
Yeah.
Look at what was that smile about?
Nothing.
What? Yeah, she who knows what's going on over there. Anyway. I know Heather well enough. So I think it's funny that your background is pink and mine is blue. I think that's just kind of cool.
Yeah.
We're just like our logo. That's what I think is funny. Do you
Yep.
see that?
Yeah. We should not. Maybe that's why you switched us.
Maybe that's why.
It looks more fitting for me to have the pink background and you to have the blue.
Right. I just find that fun. I just noticed that. I'm like, now that's funny. So anyway, I know. Sorry, I can't see your comments. I'm so sad. I love to talk to the people.
Well,
I'm
next week
so
we'll talk about
sad.
such
What? Cocomelon?
Cocomelons and
Coco. I think it's because I was talking about the props.
yeah.
And they don't want me to talk about the props. So that tells you something right there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think for next week we should have a guest. Who do you think we should have?
I think a male. I think we need some. I think we got some chick chat energy going. I think we need I think we might need a little bit of male energy. What do you think?
Wonder if I can find one of those.
Maybe that would come on TV. Come on
Maybe,
TV.
maybe not. Maybe not.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, we
No,
need.
if
You know who would be fun?
who's that?
Bobby Jones.
Oh, he would be fun, wouldn't he?
We need to talk to Bobby Jones and get Bobby Jones on here if he's not working. But
Get get him a little video setup going, huh?
yep.
That
Or
would be fun.
Bruce Haley would be fun.
I've thought that before. Yep.
Obviously,
Yep.
Michael Jones would be good.
Of course, always. Haven't seen him in a minute. That's why he doesn't have a diamond. But anyway.
Right. And he won't get one because now I'm in charge.
Oh, uh-oh. I don't know. Do they still get diamonds? I'm not even sure.
I don't know. I'm not on anything.
Top fan. If you're a top fan, you get a diamond. Just letting you know. So please. Oh, I didn't even put our band. Man, I'm slacking tonight. Look, I was slacking. Look at that.
You're fired.
Oh my. Yeah, I already got us banned, obviously.
I'm docking your pay.
Yeah, I already got us banned. So anyway, if you could definitely share this out, for us, that would be great. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. So yeah, we're winding it down here. So I don't know. I just want you to have some reasoning skills and think about things before you just listen to other people, pour things at you and you just go along the ride,
Yeah.
Make up your own mind, get your own opinion and absolutely go vote this next week. Please go vote.
And I just want everyone to be at peace on the back of a bike, enjoying life.
She wants you to be a biker chick, and I'm not about that. I want you to go look at the fall leaves changing. That's what
we did that on the back of a bike. You can see it even better on the back of a bike than you can in the car.
Were you cold? See, that's
no, it was. What was it when we left? 60 something, and then when we got home, it was in the 80s. So,
wow,
we just stripped off layers as we went along.
Wow.
Sunday was a little windy. It was very windy, a little bit out of my comfort zone. He was fine, but I kind of messed up my neck because the wind caught my helmet.
Oh no!
Jacked up my neck.
No!
But, it was a great weekend. Yeah. It was not too cold.
Well, that's great. It's nice here. It was nice here. Well, it started raining, but anyway, I hope that it's nice where you're at. Go find your peace. Get a piece of your peace.
Go get a piece of your peace. Yep.
Get a piece of your peace.
Exactly.
And unplug that television screen. Just unplug.
Don't even. Should be on is to watch the Chiefs play football. That's it.
That's right. Go Chiefs, man. Go Chiefs. Oh, did you see Washington is now called? I mean, what are they thinking?
Commanders?
The Commanders.
Yeah. I mean, because, us red folks were offended, apparently.
Were you? Were you offended? Okay.
No, not even slightly. But
yeah. Well, what are they going to do about the Chiefs?
The Chiefs actually, there's other chiefs, so it doesn't have to be Indians. I mean, you have the chief of staff, you have the chief of police.
Yeah, well, okay, but the logo is pretty.
I mean, the tribe, I
don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think that our fans are going to give them a big middle finger and move on.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
anyway.
we still have the drum that was blessed by the Native Americans. I don't think anyone's offended by it.
Well, welcome to the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they'll do better.
Oh, we were in. Well, hey,
here we go.
What was that? We were in Texas, and there was a high school mascot called the Cotton Pickers. And I'm like, we have to change the Indians up here, and they get to be cotton pickers? That is not okay. I was offended.
What?
Yes.
Why?
It was down by Corpus Christi, and it's just I think that's more offensive than, I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up in rural Oklahoma, but I found more offense to that than I do Indians.
Well, except for, and I know this because I got a fire today for a cotton picker. There's an actual machine that's called a cotton picker, a John Deere cotton picker. So
Well, their mascot was not a machine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But we were both like, did that just, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Robstown or something. Yeah, something like that. But anyway.
Okay. Well,
very off topic.
Okay. She went off topic, and can I just say she did not call it props or Cocomelon. And so there you are.
I did not.
It's okay. It's okay. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. And like I said, please go vote. I just really feel, I just feel, go vote, feel like you did something, and then move along and create peace in your own community. How about that? How about we create peace in our own community? Yep. So, all right, you guys, have a nice evening. Sorry we couldn't see your comments tonight. Thank you for joining us. There was, a good many of you, obviously. But anyway, have a lovely week and peace out.
Peace.
And we got to do it.